comical and, hardcore. And Quentin Tarantino, I mean, why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to 31. So, it is day 7, and today, so we're past our first week almost. Today I'm reviewing, well, we're in 1996, so for that I thought I'd review From Dusk Till Dawn. So this is a horror action thriller, co-written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by Robert Rodriguez, starring Quentin Tarantino, George Clooney, what's his name from Winston Wolfe, as I know him as, Harvey, I can't remember his name now, with Juliette Lewis. And we also get a supporting cast from Danny Trejo and the great Tom Savini. So in this movie, two brothers, Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney, pull off a robbery. They take a hostage. They lay low for a while in a motel till Quentin Tarantino kills the woman that they kidnapped, and then they meet up with these guys in Mexico, and they have to smuggle themselves into Mexico with a preacher and two youngsters with him, one of them being Juliette Lewis, and they meet up at this bar called the Titty Twister, but they soon find out that the whole place is run by vampires and they just lure them into traps to feast on them. But after Quentin Tarantino's killed, George Clooney, the preacher, and his two followers, band together and fight these evil, blood-sucking demons. So let's get on to my likes and dislikes about this one. First of all, I like the dark humor in there. I mean, this was a horror action, but there was those dark, comedic, humorous moments in there, which I loved, because I love comedy. I also thought George Clooney's performance in this was comical and, hardcore. And Quentin Tarantino, I mean, he has acted many times before and even cameoed in his own movies. He just portrayed a creep in this, and I think that performance was just, great in this for being a creep. Especially when he was checking out Juliette Lewis's feet. We see a lot of foot fetish stuff in this, because that's what Tarantino likes. He has a foot fetish. And we definitely see a lot of that in this movie. He definitely wrote that in there clearly by himself. I also liked, the cinematography in this, and that it had, Danny Trejo in it, and the great Tom Savini. I mean, he has acted in stuff before, and he, acts in this, and I'm assuming that he provides a lot of the makeup effects in this. I also thought the vampires were good in this to a point. Now, the vampires in this, to me, a vampire should look like a human and have the fangs, or have the foreheads like in Buffy. But in this, they were like leaning towards more like blood-sucking demons, which I thought's okay, I mean, the vampires look pretty neat, like bats, but it's not how I would portray a vampire. But still, I think the effects were good. The vampires still turn into bats. They died when they got, wood pierced into the heart, and they burnt by sunlight. and holy water was acid to them. So I like that it still went by those fundamental rules, and that the vampires were also shapeshifting into bats. Um, a few dislikes is that it's a bit slow paced with the horror. It's like the first half of the movie is like a crime thriller, and then the second half turns into the horror part. But hey, I'm okay with that. I love the whole tension and the thrillerness in there, but I love it when once it goes into horror and it's like a strip bar, but then it turns into like this whole cavalcade, like a feeding frenzy for vampires, and they even use body parts for the instruments. But other than that, I think it's a very an enjoyable film. Yeah, like I say, the vampires, I like them, but I just don't like how how they look like bold monsters in this with pointed ears. I mean, I guess that's how they wanted to have them in the movie, but other than that, it's still a great film. I do enjoy it, and many years later, I still enjoy it. I mean, George Clooney, his character had a tribal tattoo, and that brought tribal tattoos in fashion at that time. My dad's even got a whole sleeve of them. I only have this one here on my arm, on my wrist, if you can see. But yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn, it's a good vampire movie, and I definitely recommend it. I have reviewed it before on my channel on Vampire Weekend, but hey, I thought I'd revisit it and re-review it again. So, my ratings now. I'm going to give From Dusk Till Dawn, you know what, I'll give this 3.5 machetes out of 5. 3.5 machetes out of 5 for From Dusk Till Dawn. This also had a sheriff in it, I can't remember his name, but he featured in Planet Terror, which was part of Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez's Grindhouse stuff, I think. Been a while since I've watched that, need to revisit it. So anyway, yeah, that's my review for today. Let me know down in the comments below, have you seen this one? If so, then let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Excuse me. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All my social media links are linked down below in the description, so be sure to check all that out. I've been Random Ross. This has been 31 day 7. So join me tomorrow where I'll review another horror movie, this time 1997. So yeah, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. No pressure, but like I say, feel free to do so. I've got all my social media links down below. So this has been 31. This has been my review. So I'll see you tomorrow, and until next time, don't have nightmares.